Hello people of the internet, my name is Likha and welcome to a brand new series which I sit my ass off in this small plastic chair, face the camera and talk about random things for about 5 to 10 minutes, simply titled Let's Discuss. Let's discuss as in let's discuss about the topic that is being pummeled down in the title of this video, which will be a little serious for today because I was involved in the following events that occurred. When it comes to me promising about something, I make sure to let that thing be fulfilled with such honesty. And so today, as I've said in one of the previous handheld vlogs, I'll be discussing some personal moments and experiences that I have stumbled upon in the midst of now considered one of the most dangerous typhoon that have ever existed and hit our country. Super Typhoon Odette. Magmula pa lang nung late night of December 16, hours before the storm ever hit us in our city, nagsisimula na siyang magparamdam through an endless gust of small winds which make the trees around us sway a little bit. The situation is still apprehended at this point. It feels like a normal day that we could still finish. But what we don't know is that wind is the start of this dreadful catastrophe that'll stick to us for the longest time, specifically a day and a half. And this is where things started to get out of hand, serious and nervous. Throughout the entire dawn, the wind started to grow stronger bit by bit, and to our surprise the following morning, all trees and plants are dancing in the gust of the wind. And so everything in the outside world, offices, churches, city halls, all public services needs to be temporarily stopped. We were left out only with water and no electricity to help us. And Papa, along with his co-workers, need to stop their own karaoke sessions and go home because they're doing it in the utmost wrong time. Throughout the entire afternoon, our family looked like cavemen who are really apprehensively curious about the things that are happening in the outside, often peeking in and out through the balcony to see if there are trees already fell down, already defeated by the might of the storm's invincibility. And then this happened. We were waiting for the man of the house. We were waiting for Papa to come home safely when all of a sudden our tent moves itself from where it was being placed straight to the modernized nipa hut that we just bought like 1 or 2 years ago. We were absolutely shocked to even see what just happened. It's kinda like the storm has some hidden telekinetic powers to make gargantuan objects or structures move itself in the most terrifying way possible. And there was my presence thinking that it's an early sign that the end is near, when instead I could have suggested to fix the damn tent back to where it was. What the hell am I thinking at that time? And to top it all off, me who infused myself with such adrenaline to do some reckless and dangerous things wants to record outside of the house, outside of the gate, in the middle of the road, and record something just for the content. But frankly, I didn't do any of that. Didn't materialize any dangerous act because I was also infused with anxiety that makes me wonder, what if I got hit by flying projectile and got a massive head injury? No life support is going to back me up in doing such heinous things like that. And so we plan to get out of the house to fix the tent the next day for safety precautions. And like I said in that particular handheld vlog, there's been a lot of things that started to occur around us. A series of unfortunate events came to hit us in the face in the reality and difficult situation that we're dealing with at that time. Around 5 o'clock in the afternoon, we realized that it was already dark outside. And then, after another hour had passed, our struggling lives went pitch black. Everything around us was so dark that we might accidentally bump into each other, so we had to lit up a few candlesticks and placed it in a safe spot. We couldn't possibly do anything to keep ourselves busy in the midst of the typhoon, so Mama voluntarily suggests to had a rosary in the living room. Everyone else was sleeping at that time, so I had no choice but to join her in an hour worth of praying continuously, and it was intense. I said that because there are a few moments in which thunder, lightning, and strong winds join forces to create numerous commotions outside, while also having a presumption that the back of our house in which the kitchen is located will be flooded with heavy raindrops, based from the critical state of our kitchen serving as an evidence through my claim. After the rosary sessions ended, I peeked in the kitchen floor and it looks like my claim was right all along in the most Sherlock Holmes style possible, as rainwater started rushing in all the way to the tiny floor, like the flood incident in the biblical story of Noah and his ark. And so we had to stay for a couple more hours by doing all sorts of ways or things to prevent ourselves from getting flooded front to back of our house. And we managed to do it like real school janitors, but without the mop in the pail and only improvising. And as you all may know right now from that particular handheld vlog, I've probably said this like 1,000 times now, I've been cream-pied by a cum-like mucus through my respiratory system that almost strangled me to death, making it difficult for me to breathe while sleeping on the mattress laid down on the floor, waiting for the typhoon to stop. And I'm hearing my breathing sound and I almost sound like Luke Skywalker's dad, Darth Vader from Star Wars, except it's a flu season, so I had to temporarily put down the lightsaber, put down the force, and start medicating myself for the sake of the Republic. It took me a while to sleep very comfy that night, to the point where I had to migrate myself in my parents' bedroom, and still failed to do so, like I'm battling out a very annoying mini-boss in a video game. It just doesn't stop. It keeps going and going and going. And as the morning sun kickstarts and wakes everybody up, I've been taken down in the most triple threat of a way, like the classic trio group The Shield from WWE, but replaced it with the common colds that you normally have, which is a runny nose, a sore throat, and a freaking headache. Thank heavens our mornings only have that to start off our day, cause if the rain didn't stop at all, well, essentially that day could have been fucked up for us. But luckily, we did manage to get some good news. Mother Nature did hear our thoughts and prayers and successfully stopped the storm, the catastrophe that has been happening the day before. My final thoughts on this topic is that I felt very stunned before, during, and after the storm that I almost wet my pants in such disbelief that there's a calamity much more bigger, stronger, and grittier than the infamous Yolanda, or Haiyan if you want the international name for that. I was in full-blown disbelief that nature could end up like this. That nature in general, the environment that's around us, can be destroyed by the laws of the nature itself. And the stopping of the storm actually gave us like a fresh start of our lives, to live life to the fullest once more, until the gosh darn dry season came into play and start ruining our lives yet again. And that is all there is to it, to my very first Let's Discuss video. Hope you guys made it to the end and enjoyed it. If you guys want to stay up to date with some of my recent videos that I'm about to do in the second channel, then make sure to subscribe to this channel and ring the bell so you don't miss anything. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Bye bye!